Hello, people. Hello, people. Hello, people. Hello, people. Hello, everybody. Hello, people. Hello, people. Nice. Yes, Deepak. Nice to see you. It's your day 11. It's mine 11 as well. Nice to see you, Ashish. Day 11, guys. Super stuff. Great going. Nice to see you people joining in right on time. Yes, we are heading up into our day 11 of our life transformation and truly incredible and amazing journey, guys. Everybody maintain your counters. How many days have you passed, people? Ashish is in, Rahul is in, Supriya, nice to see you. Ramesh, nice to see you. Shank, awesome. Manisha, Karthik, your day 11 as well. Super. That's consistency, guys. This is you taking responsibility of your life. Amazing results are waiting on the other side. Sneha is in, Supriya, Manisha, all the guys are jumping in, dropping in. Sarika is in as well. Rehan is in. Arohi is in. Awesome stuff, guys. The time right now is 10:01 p.m. and we are into this incredible journey. Awesome, awesome. Nice, Sarika. So you're putting it up. Day 11 for you as well. Awesome. Great to know that. Good day, Ray is your day 10. Mr. Day, but rest all is very consistent, very amazing. Good stuff, guys. Great, great, great going. And now let me quick give a recap what we are doing. So basically, as part of yesterday's session, we spoke about some of the key principles and the protocol or the process which you people should follow in order to prepare for getting a job of your choice or getting in the industry. Preparation is must, guys. We defined a very concrete process where we knew a step-by-step action item by which your knowledge is going to increase. But you need to understand, guys, just saying it or just listening it is not going to bring any change. You have to convert it into results. You have to apply it into results. Then only it is going to be happening. Yes or no? You know it, guys. Without hard work, without efforts, nothing is going to happen. You can just keep wishing, give me the job, give me the job, give me the job. But nothing is going to happen with that, people. You know that, right? And what is required, you have to take massive actions regularly. So nothing is going to happen when you say, hey, this corona is happening, the market is in a bad shape, whether I will be getting a job or not. If you have these beliefs, basically you will just keep worrying about the situation. But there is another way. There is a better, stronger one in you which says, no matter what the circumstances, let me do it, let me do it, let me put my efforts, and then let's see whether destiny has job for me or not. And guys, let me tell you, whatever we discussed about yesterday, if you really keep applying that process, you would be in a way great position in order to understand things, be logical, solve your own problems independently. And when you are able to do that, guys, your confidence will automatically rise. And this is what we spoke yesterday. So don't take it casual, don't take it light. That is the technique which is going to change you. And when you do it on a daily basis, you will find results on a daily basis. That's truly awesome, truly incredible. The time right now is 10:03 p.m. and I would be getting started with the continuation of that today. And I am damn sure it would be very much useful for many people, whoever wants to basically prepare a resume and then get inside the IT industry by cracking the interview. Today I'm going to give you techniques, strategies for that, which is really going to help you people like anything. Guys, my 10 years of industry experience, of interviewing a lot of candidates, of talking to a lot of other interviews, of how they process it, of being in constant touch with the HR team, so I know basically what people, and I want to give you the core essence of what you should follow so that you will be able to walk through this journey. And it is really going to be an amazing session, everybody. Really going to be an amazing session. Let's get started, guys. Okay, I don't want to lose time because it is a valuable session. Everybody keep your alert. If possible, take a pen and a paper because all these notes would be very much required. If you're not able to capture it in one go, I would request you people to re-go through the same session again and make the notes again if required. But understand that today's session is going to give huge value to a lot of people, basically. Okay, let's start. Okay, people. So if you want to have a job of your choice, what is the step number one? What is the step number one? You need to have a resume, right? You need to have your resume prepared or the CV prepared, right? So you need to have that piece of a paper which is going to represent you inside the circle of IT industries, right? So what exactly it is? A CV is nothing but, or a resume. So if it is one page, people call it as a resume. If it is more than one, they call it as a curriculum vitae, which is CV. Okay. So whatever you prepare, basically, that is a copy of you. So if you say this is Tausif Sheikh, but Tausif Sheikh cannot go actually in all the companies, right? So Tausif Sheikh has put up a paper which actually talks what Tausif Sheikh is. And that is nothing but your resume and CV. And this keeps circling from companies to companies. And you need to understand this fact. It keeps circling inside. What does that mean? That means it is the mirror of you basically. So now what is happening? If I am a lead, if I get a CV, I already create a picture of what the candidate is going to be like. Yes or no? So based on whatever technology, whatever roles, whatever projects you have mentioned, I go through your resume and automatically just going through it, I already have an image of a person like, okay, when I see this person, this. Now what happens, guys? These days many people are facing problems because they are not preparing the resume in the right particular manner. They just copy paste from a lot of places, and then what happens is I'm having some expectations from person when I want to see him, when I want to question him, but when he comes inside, his resume was very good. That's why he was filtered, that's why he was called for the interview purpose, but his knowledge level is not up to the mark. And let me tell you, the initial 2 3 questions itself gives me a feeling, okay, whatever I see here, basically I should not be trusting it, because he's not able to say, maybe he just copied pasted and that's not a proper person, and the rest of the entire interview is just a formality, and I already know the result. Okay, he's not going to pass through this round. Now what does that mean? The learning to be taken from here, whatever is there in your resume, you need to be able to justify each and every one of word which is mentioned there. If it is not, if you have written something, but if you cannot talk something about it, which, where did you apply, what was the context of it, if you cannot justify it, basically you're caught. And just imagine, if you might have prepared 80% of the resume very nicely, but there are like 10%, 20% of the areas which you might have copied pasted, or your friends in the IT might have suggested you. But what if the interviewer asks you about those 20%? If you say like, okay, I am, and literally this happens when we are interviewing, guys. There are some people who say, no, I just know basic about it, I cannot even answer question. No, no, I just know basic about it, I just this one so small thing with that. Now, guys, your entire resume, if you state that for a few things, I automatically get a doubt like, whatever other things I mentioned in the resume, should I doubt everything? And we have very limited time, guys. Your interview is going to be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maximum 1 hour. Okay, my slots for interview is like, it was 45 minutes. There are some interviews which are mandatory to end within 30 minutes as well. So just imagine, you have very short time. In that you have to create an impact, and you need to know you cannot bluff basically. So that's where you have to work a lot on your resume preparation. And now let me tell you what exactly to do for that. Firstly, okay, firstly you need to know the right template of resume. Okay, now from where will you be getting the right template? First, go to the internet. Guys, everything is available on internet. Don't tell me like you're in a stone age where you don't know what needs to be done. If you have a question, go to internet, you will get the answer. That's it, simple. Go to the question, basically go Google Java or whatever your industry is, like sample resumes of so and so market. You will get so many. Apply your own sense to that. What is resume? Resume is nothing but your portrait. So there is nothing like right or wrong. Okay, don't make it like cartoonish or too much fancy. Keep it decent, keep it standard, have all the required sections in that. You will be able to get the value of that. So simple, go Google what is the templates of some basic sample resumes or some templates of resumes based on the industry you are in. You will get some templates out. Fine, now combine all that, prepare one standard template which is going to be your resume basically. Okay, as part of this description later I'm going to share, I just uploaded a sample resume as part of my LinkedIn profile, so I will be attaching the link here, so whoever wants that kind of template can get that. And I've been using that since a pretty long time basically. Okay, but technologies and all that might be outdated, guys, but the template can be utilized, yes, definitely. So I'll be sharing up in the description. So that's one, getting the template of the resume. Now the second thing, now this is the most important thing which you need to understand, guys. Okay, like I said, resume is your reflection basically. You cannot fake your reflection, because fake would be spotted. Fake would be spotted in the interviews, it would be spotted, or somehow if you even crack the interviews, once you get to work it would be spotted. And we have seen people being fired because of their performance scores. If they are not able to perform up to the expectations, then they have to face the consequences. So guys, you need to understand, it's not just about cracking. If you really work hard multiple times, you will get it. But knowledge is important. After cracking the interview, when you get onto the floor, How do you perform? And that cannot happen if you don't have knowledge, if you don't have skill, if you don't have the confidence. So guys, you need to understand it's a long term game, and for the long term game you need to work on your core technical capabilities. That is the only solution, guys. That is the only solution. So don't run for a lot of other things. Focus on your growth, your skills. Once it upgrades, interview cracking would be easy, getting a job would be easy, surviving would be easy, getting hikes would be easy, life would be easy basically. What? Only when you work on yourself. Now what is the process? What is the process? So step number one, you have your resumes. Now step number two, guys. Okay, yesterday we spoke about you hunt for job descriptions, right? There are so many websites available where HRs from different companies are going to post their job openings. Many companies will be posting their job openings. When they are posting it, they mention a very detailed job description, like what are we supposed to, what are we looking for basically in the candidate. Yes, very detailed paragraphs would be mentioned. Now what are you supposed to do? Basically, wherever you want to apply for the job, based on your technical your skill set, based on your domain, UI side, server side, whatever is your expertise, whatever things you have, search for that. Get a lot of job descriptions, valid, real time. This is not sample anymore. These are companies saying we need people like these. Nothing but the question paper is already there, guys. In a school days you might be like, if you what questions are going to come in the examination, right? And you'll prepare on those examination things basically, and then you would be like, okay, let me pass it now. Guys, the world is giving you the question paper, job descriptions. Already the company is saying we are looking for these kind of candidates. The question is, in our school days, we know that when you work for the answers for these questions, you will be passing. In real world, you are still like asking, how do I crack? How do I pass? How do I crack? The question is already there, guys. You just need to answer that simple. Sit down, sit in a proper place, give yourself deserving 1 to 2 hours on a regular basis, hunt it, hunt internet, get these profiles, understand what exactly the market is looking for. Once you have all these job multiple tabs, maybe explore and analyze that. Once you're doing that exploring and analyzing, then come up with a final set of maybe a resume. What is nothing but it is going to have all the technologies which the market is expecting. Second, all the job descriptions and roles and responsibilities which the market is expecting. Nothing but when you read around 10 of it, and after doing that, once you have that piece of paper, so you would be creating, as an end result of this exercise, you will be creating a resume which the industry wants. And if you have that kind of a resume, guys, and when it is uploaded on all these profiles, the companies will be shortlisting these profiles, and then you would be getting interview call. This is how it works. Okay, doesn't matter what knowledge you have or you doesn't have. The important thing to understand here is we need to see what the industry wants, and that is going to be the destination resume. Now after doing all this analysis, you have created the final resume where you have to go, and this is the resume. If you have that, if this is you, basically when you upload this resume, the industry is going to filter it out. It would be calling you, and you would be asked to come walk in for the interviews. That is how it works. Understand that. But now the thing is, many people, what they do, they from somewhere, maybe out of their analysis or somewhere from the friends or some working professionals, copy paste it simply. And because of that copy paste, maybe the resume is having all the content and everything, but what they do, when they get filtered through, when they walk in for the interview, it just opens up right away on the first few questions. The first 5-10 minutes, guys, we basically understand where the interview is going to head up into, and you have to really do very massive efforts in the later half of the interview to get back the confidence. So your initial 10 to 15 minutes in the interview are very important, guys. Understand these facts, very important stuff. Okay, now I'll talk more about that now. Fine, so you have a destination resume. If you have this resume, then the IT industry would be filtering and calling you. We have that ready. But guys, like I said right in the beginning of our session today, you cannot bluff, you cannot duplicate, you cannot copy paste, guys. You have to be really that person, because your resume is your reflection. Whatever you are, your resume is that. So what I want you people to do, all the people who are looking for a job right now, what I want you people to do is sit down with a cool, calm mind. Take a new document. In that, whatever you are right now, whatever you are, genuinely what you feel you are, write that down in a piece of paper in a resume format. Based, you already have the template, fill up the template based on whatever you know. And what is that definition of whatever you know? If I ask you something, you should be able to explain it to me nicely. If some questions are coming here and there, you should be even able to understand those nicely. Nothing but from word to word, end to end, resume whatever you have, you should be able to answer something, create that honest version of resume for yourself. No need to add mirch masala. It is not for the crowd, it is not for the world, it is for you yourself to understand. Like whatever you know, portray that into the resume format. Now guys, you have two versions of resume. One version is reflecting your identity, the person you are. The second version of resume is that version which the industry wants. There might be a gap between the two, maybe technology wise, maybe roles and responsibilities wise, but that does not matter right now. The point is, what you are is more important, because that is self realization. Once you self realize, then you can work on yourself, guys. You are staying in an illusion world where you feel like you know everything, and when things are being cracked down, you are like, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. And that's where the rejection comes, guys. Have a learning mindset, a beginner mindset, always hungry for knowing more. If you have that kind of a mindset, you will realize that you would be learning more, absorbing more. So now guys, we have two set of resumes. One, that resume, if you really have that and if you really put it on the portals, companies will be filtering it from all the job portals like Naukri, Monster, this place, that place, and will be calling you. And there is another honest resume, the honest version of you. There might be a gap between the two right now, but that is where comes your next step of an analysis. And what this gap is, what are these technologies which the market is wanting, which is not there with me? What are these roles and responsibilities, or the like work expectations which the market is having, but it is not in me? You have to figure out, list down this gap. And guys, the next thing, this is where it gets pretty interesting, guys. Who said it is easy to prepare, basically? Okay, you can copy paste, you can bluff, guys, but I don't want you to take shortcuts in life. I want you to work on core aspect of things, guys. The core aspects of things which is going to convert your life into results. And let me iterate the same point again. IT industry is a next 20 years, 30 years game. If you do shortcuts, your career is not going to live for a long time, basically. Okay, your knowledge levels will not be growing, you will not be growing, and then your career will face problems. As soon as maybe you cross 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, you would face challenges like switching jobs in market would become tough, because you have not learned or grown in the right particular direction. Understand this fact, guys. Very important stuff. Now coming back to the stuff, that means you need to work hard to improve your knowledge. Then only you will be able to filter in the companies. There are no shortcuts for that, guys, and understand this fact. Now we have two set of resumes. One is expected, one is the actual identity of yourself. You have to now sit down. Everything you can do it by yourself, nobody else is required, guys. You have a proper brain, you have a proper age, you have done your entire academics, you have a sensible brain inside, you can figure out what the gap is. Don't tell me that I don't understand. Okay, you have a logical brain, you can find it out. If you want to solve it, trust yourself, get to work. No excuses, no complaints. Nobody, nothing like help me, help me, help me. You help yourself. Nobody is going. You find out a way, you get in the job. I'm giving you a direction. Simple stuff. Don't beg for it, you earn it. Okay? Earn your position in the industry by working hard, and then you would be like, I deserve it. If you come via shortcuts, if you come via references, you will not have the confidence. Your career is going to be short lived in that case. Understand this fact, everybody. Fine, fine, fine. Now, once you do this analysis, what is the gap between expectation and actual resume? Now, what are you supposed to do? One by one, pick up something from the expected resume. Okay, maybe one piece of a technology, or maybe a role which they are expecting. Take it out, go to Google, find more about it. Ask simple questions: why it is used for, how it is used, how can you practically implement in the application. And yesterday we spoke about creating a demo or a POC kind of, or a mini project application. In that application, you implement this piece of technology as well. Guys, when you want to do it, you would get a lot of questions. That's the process, guys. That's the process. The end result of having the application is not important. The process which you follow is important. So now when you would be doing that, picking it up, you don't know anything about that, fine. But that's what is the IT industry. No matter how much knowledge you know, maybe the first project you get into, you will find things in that project where the first piece of technology itself would be like you're not aware of it. Right? I was doing that. I learned for entire 1 to 2 years of time, and now also in the projects we get so many technologies which we have never heard about. But then that doesn't stop us basically. That doesn't stop the IT industry, because the market will keep changing, it will keep evolving. So you need to also have that kind of a strength and confidence. No matter what you give, I know the process of working on that. Don't work on X thing, work on the process of working on that X. And what is that process? Now, with this exercise, you will learn that. There is a destination resume in front of you guys. You take that destination resume, from that pick one topic. Now ask some genuine questions to yourself. Why exactly this is used? What exactly it is? Third, how do you apply it in your project? And then, based on the mini project which you have, try to find some logical use case where you would actually be coding it and making it practical. When you perform these initial 3 to 4 steps, guys, then your confidence will rise. Then you will be like, okay, when you Google more, you would find technical challenges, exceptions might start coming, problems might start coming. When all of that drama is going to happen, then your mind is going to grow and you will get the confidence, okay, now I actually know these things. When you debug, when you become independent in solving it, your confidence levels will go high. And once it goes, then what are you supposed to do? Take that and add it into your mirror reflection, because now you're no longer bluffing, you're not no longer copying or referencing, you're actually growing. If your resume is here, you have grown one step above. That is the right way of doing. And just imagine, guys, slowly with time you would be taking it, learning it, implementing it, applying it, and that kind of a transition would happen, and slowly your resume is going to become equal to the expected. Yes or no? And now what is going to happen, guys? When you actually know everything in your resume, and that resume is which the market is wanting right now, who can stop you from getting job? Logical. Asking you a logical question. If the market wants that, and if you're ready for that, who is going to cut down your job offer? Nobody can do that basically. And that's where it cannot come by copy paste, it cannot come by cheating, it cannot come by if you still stay in your academic zone. For all the beginners, all the freshers I want to talk about, it is not about your academics, about question answer game anymore. Okay, even experienced people, 0 to 2 years of experience, don't mug up, don't be basic. Understand what the industry wants, fill up the gap, you will be getting the job of your choice. I want to tell you one reality, guys. I have seen a lot of industry, I've seen a lot of projects, a lot of companies, a lot of people, a lot of friends basically. If you are claiming 2 years, okay, if you claim 2 years of genuine experience in IT industry, I know companies and I know people with 2 years of experience, they are getting paid something like even less than 2 lakhs of package. I know that. That exists in the IT industry. Maybe like 10,000 a month kind of people also there. Mind, what does that mean? 1.5, 1.8 kind of packages with 2 years of experience. Market has that kind of state also. Understand? With 2 years of experience, there are market in which is offering 4 to 5 lakhs of package as well. 2 years of experience, 4 to 5 lakhs package as well. Now, in the same market, in the same IT industry, there are jobs where with the 2 years of experience offering, ready to offer 8 to 10 lakhs of package as well. And these are not just numbers, I know it. I have seen people getting that much. I have seen companies paying that much. Honest picture. And in the same market, guys, there are people, there are companies with 2 years of experience having 15 plus lakh of package as well. All the variants exist. All the variants exist. The question is, the person who you are, you would be attracting only that much. And if you believe in copy paste, if you believe in not really upgrading the knowledge but getting some help from somewhere, referencing from somewhere, basically you might fall into a very low package within the industry, which is also a face of IT industry, guys. Understand this fact. If you want to get big, if you want to really have the money of your choice, you need to have the knowledge which the industry wants. You fill up the gap, do as hardworking as possible, no more excuses. You want money, you have to put efforts. You want to have a long term successful career, you have to put efforts, guys. If you don't put efforts, there is a bad phase of market which is going to pay you less and which will be hiring you, and you would be at the misery there where you will not be getting the chances to learn as well. So you are choosing your reality. That's where the process which I'm saying right now, if you really want to have a very successful IT career, I expect you people to bridge up this gap between what the industry wants and what you are, not just theoretically in your resume or in your theory knowledge, but in practical sense, able to work on anything, able to explore technologies. And you now understand what we discussed yesterday, what we discussed today: logical thinking, problem solving thinking. Be sensible, and you will be bridging up these gaps, and that's where you can demand the money which you actually deserve. Otherwise, you have to compromise. Maybe one company might not have that criteria, but there might be another company which would be ready to pay you that much. Market has it all, guys. Market has it all. You need to understand, you need to find the right position, you'll get it. But without knowledge, if you're thinking to do that, you will get in the company. Even if you crack it, you will get into the company, and if you're not able to justify, you will be out of the company as well. I've seen that. Fine, fine, fine. So by this way, your resume would be ready, and now when this resume is uploaded, you would be ready for the market. But now I want to give you few more tips basically. Okay, don't wait for this final resume to become ready. Don't wait for that. As and when you feel like your resume now has decent amount of technology which the market is basically expecting, as soon as you get that feeling, take this resume, upload it on all the job portals: Naukri, Monster, Shine, Indeed, blah blah blah, everywhere. Wherever you find the top, just go to Google again, top 5 job hunting sites, portals, upload it, create a profile, upload. Don't wait like, no, I trust only Naukri. Why do you don't trust others? It's like मामा का website है क्या नौकरी. Trust everybody, like top 5, trust everybody. You don't know from where is your destiny call going to happen. Upload everywhere, boom. Let the market decide how they want to reach out to you. But you want one job in the ocean of jobs which is available. It's not that tough. You just need one job from all of these opportunities. Now the more you try, the more possibilities become. You immediately first yourself itself cut down that this is my portal, I'll do only this much, I'll do only that much. Now why limit, guys? Do it maximum. 5 portals, prepare a resume, upload it on all the portals. One site done, have your contact number and all those things done. Fine. Now the market, whenever they have a job opening, they would be calling you, getting in touch with you. Well and good. Now the second variant of this, you are, guys, this is serious stuff. Without practicals, nothing is going to happen. Spend 30 minutes to 1 hour in doing the job hunt, where you are sitting in front of your computer and then hunting of all the positions available in your dream companies, maybe in any companies, maybe in your dream choice job locations, maybe anywhere, maybe, and then applying it manually in each and every place. So now 2 doors are open. One, they are trying to reach out to you, and guys, I'm saying on a daily basis, for minimum 30 minutes to 1 hour required. Otherwise, there is another option. You keep asking how to get job, how to get job. I'm telling you the process. If you follow it, it's just a matter of time and you will be getting it. I'm telling you the process, guys. Understand it. Fine, fine, fine. Now go back. Apply everywhere. Now, fine. This is one technique which you will apply. I want to give you one more technique now. Important. These days, lot of job recruitment is directly happening via LinkedIn platform. Many companies publishing their job openings on LinkedIn. People applying, getting in connections, hiring happening just like that. Okay, on LinkedIn. So that means you need to be very active in LinkedIn. Now, what does being active means? Active doesn't mean like operate it like a Facebook or operate it like an Instagram, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, don't really get into it like that. LinkedIn is a professional arena where you project what you are growing professionally. Okay, I would really recommend you people, what you do is LinkedIn, maybe based on search it based on the positions, maybe team leads of some company. Just go there, search for some team leads. You'll find some people. It's open for all, right? You can send a connection request to anybody basically, and in the connection request, have a customized message of your own choice. And that is like, hey, I'm a beginner into this industry, or I'm a junior resource into this industry, like just having 2 years of experience. This is my skill set, blah blah blah. Can you please guide me? Like, how do I grow my career further? Simple, humble request, guys. Simple, humble request. These techniques will work. Now what is going to happen? You publish it to as maximum people as well. You visit their profile, you would even know like which companies people are working on. Apply, talk to all of them, send them a message. Maybe out of 10 people you send, only 3 might accept it. It's fine. It's worth a shot. Earlier nobody was there, now 3 people are there. Or do it now, you double it up. Instead of 10, you do it for 20 people. Conversion rate possibility converts, yes or no? Guys, you have to keep trying. Drop message is what is going to happen. Some of them would accept, some of them will not accept. Ignore the people who are not accepting it, or make it a regular habit to send them. A day will come when they will accept. It's all up to your commitment and passion, guys. Now what will happen? Now you will start getting in this connection. Now you will start talking to real time IT people. And now you keep your progress. You can say that, can you please mentor me? And then you keep showcasing them progress. Automatically what is going to happen? Those real time working people try to target team leads, basically. Okay, those who are having some decision and making in the companies. If you get in touch with such people in LinkedIn, ask for guidance, ask for mentorship. Show them that your progress, like whatever mini projects we are talking about, show that I'm doing this kind of a project, can you please guide me? I'm doing this state right now, that state right now, this is the progress. Maybe weekly report you provide to them. And guys, when you are that kind of hungry for learning and hungry for showcasing your skill person, you never know, LinkedIn, somebody in their company, if they have a recruitment position available, they might just reach out to you and like, hey, can you apply for this, and I have a job opening for you. You never know from where you would be getting calls, guys. You have to keep doing it. That's the second technique which I want to tell you, people. Be active of LinkedIn and keep talking to people and keep showcasing your progress. If you're not telling it to people, create a post, create an article about how to work with this, how to work with that. You're learning a lot of things in your training centers. Summarize it, apply it in a POSC application on a LinkedIn, create an article, post it. Slowly but steadily with time, people will start recognizing your knowledge. Second thing, when you're applying for the interviews, resumes, when your resume is created, applying for the job, slowly but steadily things will start connecting. And that is what process, guys. It is tremendous hard work. One, we said ki work on a daily basis to take your resume towards the destination resume. While you are working on that, daily 1 to 2 hours, do this other marketing stuff, basically selling your resume to the world, talking into the LinkedIn platform so that the world attracts you. 2 hours dedicatedly for that. 4 to 5 hours dedicatedly for your personal growth. Guys, you think like you don't have a job so you can chill out? You need to spend 5 to 7 hours massively on a daily basis to get the results. If you take it casual, results will not be coming, guys. And then you would still be complaining, how do I get job? How do I get job, guys? I'm telling you the process. You still don't want to do it. Who is going to help you people then? Understand the seriousness, make practical actions, do the things on a daily basis. Things might take time to convert, but do it on a daily basis, you will find results happening. Fine. Now things will connect over a period of time. You would start getting the interview calls, and once you start getting, because with time your resume is also upgrading, so on a daily basis you're updating the new resume, basically new opportunities. You're talking to people, connections will start forming, and it's just like one opportunity will come to you. You're already prepared, your logical thinking is ready, your new technology sets are ready, your upgrading is already ready, and the market is also ready to consume you. Now that is the demand and supply. We will be mixing it up, and then interview call will happen. Good. There are shortcut ways of doing it, guys. There are shortcut ways. Talk to your friends, give some bluff resume, like I can give you something, you just update it up, copy paste it up, and then you would go through the interview. Then you will fail some interviews, and after a period of time you will learn. There is a shortcut process. Okay, I know that process also. Like you can just take some fake resume, create it up, interview would be scheduled, you go there, you would not be able to crack 10 times, but after 20 times of failure you would know what to say, what not to say. You will get in the job, and after getting in the job you will not be able to do the work. And when you don't when you are not able to do the work, initial 6 months there would be struggle. Some companies might throw you out in the probation period, again get into the company, fake resume again, you know how to crack it. After work you're not able to get out again, in out. After doing that drama, maybe over a period of 6 multiple iterations of being rejected, removed from the companies, you will learn how exactly to work. But the thing is, guys, when you know that knowledge is everything, why follow this rubbish process? And because in this you are not only just wasting your own time, you are losing the very crucial initial foundation years of your IT, which defines how great your next career is going to be. And if you don't know the right process, if you follow these shabby ways of working or getting into the job, basically, you will not be having a strong career. Personal observation, to work on the right practice. Massive efforts for next 1 month will give you your dream job. Understand this fact. Fine. Now moving on. So once the interview is scheduled, the time right now is already 10:34. I'll now be just talking about 10 minutes more, and then we'll get started with our affirmations journey, and then we'll be winding it up. Okay. So now the second, once the interview is scheduled, now technically you would already be able to solve it, because we have talked a lot about yesterday and today's session. Technology is there, everything is there, logical answering is there, data structures is there, all those things. Fine. So now let me not talk about technology. Now technology is one important section. Maybe 60 to 75% of your interview is about your technology, which is good, and you need to know that. But it is not the only deciding factor, people. It is not the only deciding factor. There are many other areas also which would be kept in eyes when you're walking into the interview, and you need to really understand these aspects as well. And now once you're good in that, basically your life is really going to be simple. It's going to be amazing, crossing and getting in. Now what are these other areas? First, when you walk into the interview, the personality you carry, the personality, what kind of a vibe you emit. I said the initial 10 to 15 minutes would give some notion about you. What kind of a vibe you emit, that matters a lot. Some people, when they come inside, nervousness kind of vibe be coming, low confidence kind of vibes will be coming. Okay, that kind of state would also be there. And when is that going to happen? When you don't have the knowledge. So we have already solved this problem. Once you get this knowledge, confidence will rise, you would come in confident. Step number one. Everything is related. Step number one, walk in with confidence. Now I want to give you a technique, basically. Okay, all the male people, okay, all the gents, all the male people in the house, when you are in the initial times, right, when you're walking in and talking to the interviewer, confidence we got already, because you know the knowledge. What are you supposed to do? All the male people, right, have a jolly attitude, a smile on the face with a positive comfortable gesture. Yes, I can do that. Yeah, let's figure it out. A smile and that kind of a positive gesture. Okay, but all the female division, okay, there was a survey conducted a couple of years ago, and I've read that article. In the survey, it was like, when female people are walking in for the interview, it is required that you be more serious. Okay, don't laugh too much, don't smile too much. Female guys, don't laugh too much, don't smile too much. Give a kind of a serious look, because that psychologically it works. From male, we expect them to be more jolly, more adapting and mixing. With female, we expect some seriousness. And that's what professional arena is, that kind of arena. So in the interview, create that, because if the girls and all that, if they laugh, if they do a lot of giggling, that doesn't sound that they are professional enough, and can we give responsible job. Psychology, guys, I'm not saying right or wrong, psychology, human psychology, and understand that. Survey was conducted, this was the analysis, where all the top people said, okay, this is what how they interpret it. So I want you people to take advantage out of this. I wanted to suggest to you. Fine, done. Once you pass it, now a few other important things in the interview, guys. Okay, interview is all about listening and responding. Don't be hyperactive. Okay, don't be hyperactive, like question itself is not completed and you 50% question you want to just answer it. What exactly is this, guys? Yeah, what exactly is this? Like, you're not ready to listen the question also, you want to answer very shortly. You do this 2-3 times, and basically you irritate me. Then you really irritate the interviewer. Like, listen first. That shows your lack of patience. That doesn't show your over enthusiasm. It shows your lack of patience to listen. When you would be doing interactions with the clients, would you do the same thing to them? You need to be cool, composed, and confident. Listen to the questions properly. Think about the questions. If you feel that you're not able to clearly understand the requirement, ask some questions back again, and then the interviewer is going to even make it communicative. Why are you in a rush? Very important thing. Listen, understand, and then answer. Know this fact. Fine. Now talking next. If there are many cases, guys, when I ask a question to people, okay, they just get in their own loop, guys. In their own loop. They are just non-stop talking, talking, talking. And I'm like, I don't even want to know what you're saying, basically. Okay, and you're consuming my time. You need to understand, my time is also important. We need to finish this interview in 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then we have to take a decision. I have to go back and work. You're killing my time. I'm asking you something, you're just in your own dream world, just talking nonsense continuously. What I want you people to understand, what I want you to understand the body language of the interviewer. If a question is asked, it's not about you tell your entire Wikipedia in whatever knowledge you have in front of them. Understand, it's a question answer, it's a communication. Interview is a communication. What is being asked, what can you give? If not, then how you can answer it in a different manner. All that, it's a communication. Don't get in your own loops, because I'll tell you one thing, like when this thing happens and if I see my time losing, I interrupt them and I tell them on their face, I don't want to know all that, tell me about this is what I'm interested in, how do you solve this problem? And they would be trying to go away, then I'm like, oh, again circling, then I'm like, okay, they doesn't know the answer, I just wind up the interview, go out, that's it, simple. And I've seen there are some interviewers who say that, like, they are not able to even cut you people when you're in your own loop. I've heard interviewers saying that as well, when you're in your own dream world, talking, because they are also kind-hearted people. Okay, not everybody is like, bas ho gaya, chal khatam, let's do wind up and talk to the point. But I do that. But there are some people who don't really express it out. And when you are in such person, you would get into your loop, you would waste their 15-20 minutes, and after that they'll say, no, I didn't hire because that the person was not talking to the point. So now the suggestion for all the people in the house, when a question is asked and if you're answering, look at the body language of the interviewer, whether he's really interested or not to listen what you're saying. Maybe you're off the topic right now. So now, from time and again, you ask questions. Okay, is it okay or should I go in very in depth about one particular thing? Make it a communicative. Then he would say, no, okay, tell me something about this part now. Then you dig into that part more. Now make it like that, two-way communication. Don't get in your own loops. It's not about just whatever you know, it's about what he wants, because he would be judging him based on, I want whether he solves this problem. You can add more thoughts, but ask him whether he is really interested to know or not. Once you do that, guys, you're positive, confident, you're coming in with a positive smile, you're ready to take on challenges, you're not saying no to anything. Once you are with this attitude, questions being asked, you're listening through it very nicely. Once you're listening through it, then you even take the charge of even solving it based on the logical thinking, whatever we spoke about, all that. And that improves the chances of you being filtered. Everything is going pretty nice, the vibe is all set up, great, done. Now what is going to happen? Fine, all these techniques work, and then you would be solving it technically and all that. Good, you're able to. This is how technical rounds you can crack in the interview. Whatever we spoke so far, you have this confidence, you have this talking sense, you understand it, you respond, you make it communicative, you create a present vibe environment, and then you solve the technically. This technique is enough to solve your technical rounds in the industry. Fine, there might be one technical round, two technical rounds, good enough. Practice a lot, coding assignments, you will be able to crack it. Super stuff, awesome stuff. Now let's move on. It's not just about technical rounds, guys. I'm a manager of my team, right? 20-member team. You know what? Before coming to the manager round, the final round, already the people have completed their basic 2 to 3 rounds of interview, and then the final managerial round is happening. And you know what, precisely talking about my company, I'll just say, okay, the final filtration, when it is happening, the decision is mine basically. Okay, so when you're walking in for the interview, you're in the final round, I don't check on your technical skills again. I don't do that, because you have already proved yourself. Guys, you have already proved yourself. You're coming in for the final round. Check your technical skills, I check something else. Being a managerial round, I have some other responsibilities towards my team, towards the people I recruit. I look for something else, I would be talking about that. And if you are good in that, then you would be able to get into the company as well. Okay, and I don't check technicals in the final rounds. My technical rounds are different, my this round is different, basically managerial round is different. So now you need to understand what is this another, and ask a question to yourself. Okay, guys, be sensible enough, look in the mirror and ask a question to yourself. Based on whatever personality you have, whatever mindset you have, would you like to hire yourself? If it is your own company, would you like to hire yourself? Be honest, be brutally honest. If you are egoistic person, just me myself, if you are a person who doesn't care about others, if you are a person who is not having like team bonding related attitude, or a poor attitude person, or a selfish person, egoistic person, bad attitude guy basically, if you are that person, let me tell you, if it is your company, you will not hire a person like you, because you are shit. If your attitude is bad, if you're not ready to care about other people, if you think like it's just one man show, let me tell you, it is not. It is about your attitude, your humbleness, your down to earth, your hunger for growth, the hunger for helping, the hunger for learning, the hunger for taking responsibility, ownership, building up the system together. And this is what my managerial rounds would look for in the people. I don't want technically experts who will come in the team and then they would sit on the head like, I want to do only this, I want to do only that. I want humble people who are technically good. Maybe they are not technically experts, but they have the hunger to learn, hunger to grow, hunger to perform, hunger to grow along with the team, wants to learn, wants to share. Kind people, down to earth people, because guys, it is life transformation. It is not about your career. You can make a career, but what is your life basically? What kind of a personality you are? And guys, this cannot be faked up, because if you fake up, once you are on the floor, it would be caught and you have to face the consequences. There would be some companies who will not be ready to take that as well. So I want to plead you people, if you have ego problems, if you have a selfish attitude, just me and myself, if you are like not caring about others, that attitude is very bad for the working environment. And precisely talking about me, I will never recruit such a kind of a person in my company. I don't know how the other managers will look at it. So no matter, you might be 100 on 100 on your technicals, but if you are poor in your attitude, selfish, complaining, egoistic, not required. Not required, not required, not required. 1,000 times not required. I don't give a damn how great you are then basically, because I'm inviting trouble for my own team basically, and I don't want to do that. So understand your behavior when the manager comes. The manager, I'm asking the question to myself, how would I feel if I recruit this person and add him to my team? And I would look from the team's perspective, interactions perspective, learning ability perspective. When challenging situation comes, is he giving up or not? How much committed he is to work? I would be checking on the behavior of the people. That's where behavior rounds are going to happen when it comes to manager. Maybe you can, guys, okay, and be honest in that. Okay, be honest in that, because if you're not, you have to face the consequences anyways. And if you know that, you have to work on that skills. If you are saying you have ego and attitude problems, it is a life problem, it is not a job problem anymore. You will face problems in your life. If you are having anger problems, ego problems, attitude problems, it is a life problem for you. I'm not just talking about one job or one interview. It's a life problem for you. You will fail a lot of times in your life. You will see a lot of times people will take away opportunities. They will not be giving you what you deserve basically. And you deserve that basically. You deserve to be taken opportunity, ripped away from opportunities. If you are that kind of egoistic person who is just about me, me, me. I've seen many successful people. It is always about us. We. Us. That's what leaders are. They are never about I. And who are leading the world? Leaders lead the world, and leader is always about us. So if you have just me attitude, it's a tough game, guys. Fine, fine, fine. Spoken about that. Now let me talk about the last thing. Okay, technical rounds cleared. Managerial rounds, your attitude, behavior, team player cleared. Moving on to the HR. There would be some cases where the HR is going to even like, nahi, I don't care, because in the end it's my responsibility of what people are there in this company. And they would be always like, they would consider a lot of your attitude, the way you talk, the way you negotiate. Be sensible, guys. Okay, yeah, I know the HR terms are where the money happens and all those things. Yes, that's the financial thing, and you have to be strong in your points. Completely agreed. I'm not asking you to reduce your package level, this, that, but there is a way of talking, guys. There is a way of talking, and that defines who you are as a person. You being rude, you being harsh, that reflects your bad personality. Okay, and HR can take a decision of throwing you out right then and there, because you're not the right fit for the company's culture. Okay, so I understand you need money, you are looking for a switch for a greater hike, bigger package, but there is a way of talking to people, respecting the situation, respecting the people, keeping your terms in a soft manner. There is a way. If you don't know that, learn that, but don't be rude, don't be harsh, because you can be thrown at that point as well. Understand it. No matter how great you are, no matter the manager is saying, no matter the tech leads are saying, but if your attitude, if your way of communication is a trouble, then you are a real in trouble. So understand, fine, all these are the segments which you need to work upon. And once you work upon that, then you would automatically realize like things are moving on easy. And I think I have added a lot of value to you guys today. Go through this session again, understand this session again, convert it into results, guys. Step number 1, resume being your identity. Don't copy paste. Whatever word to word there in the resume, you should be able to answer it, explain it, and that would give you the confidence first of all. And the confidence is more important, okay? Not just learning and answering. Confidence is more important. And when you walk into the interview, you carry this confidence with you. You have a smile on your face because, okay, now let's see what the interviewer asks, and I would be able to solve it. That confidence will reflect your personality. And when you're doing the talks, you have logical thinking, you have debugging thinkings based on whatever you spoke yesterday and today. Make your next month work in that manner. Mini projects with lot of things. You will be even able to answer a lot of things pretty logically. Once you're going through that, and care about what is the expectation from technicality, what is the expectation from manager, what is the expectation from the HR. Be as down to earth, as humble, but with aspirations. I want to do big in life, I want to grow in life, I want to grow the system, I want to grow the people, I want to grow my career. We have aspirations of doing big. Once you have all these things, basically you are the right fit for the industry. And the market is looking for such people, not for complaining people, not for arguing people, not for egoistic people, not for not having technical skills people. Understand, whatever we spoke today, this is what the industry looks for, and this is what are the people who will be building a very strong IT career. These are the people who will be doing that. Fine, understood. Okay guys, so now let's get started with the affirmations for today. But I want to tell you people, tomorrow, as part of tomorrow's day 12, we are going to talk about productivity. How to get more results in less time. What are the techniques of productivity basically? And guys, I've learned it all in my 10 years. I want to give to you people. So show up tomorrow. I will be talking about productivity, how to get more results less time, how to manage pressure, how to manage your own work in the best possible manner in your IT industry. I'm going to give you some technique strategies which I have been applying since a long time, and I manage a 20-member team. And guys, I don't run away from my responsibility. I understand my role and I work hard than all of my team member. I try to do that because they are working about for one person, I am working for 20 people, so my role is tough. Okay, it's tough whether you understand it or not. It's tough and you need to understand that. Why is my package the maximum from the entire team? Because my work, my responsibility is like that. So understand this fact. And tomorrow we would be talking about this productivity related areas, and step manner for that. Now let's get started guys. It's already 10:50, but I would like listen to these affirmations. Let your day end up